All right, so it's 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and start the select board meeting for the town of Dummerston. All the members are present. We have some guests here. First on the agenda is to review and approve the minutes of the previous meeting, which was August 21st, 2024.
I move that we approve the minutes from our last meeting.
I'll second. Does anybody have any discussion or changes that need to be made? All right, all those in favor of approving the minutes of August 21st, 2024, say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. I should have added these things earlier. We're going to review warrants. There's two, in fact, let's just back up for a second. There's a couple additions to the agenda. There's two additional warrants on here, CC1 for the Conservation Commission, and 2R. And we're adding the Rescue Inc. Consortium discussion for the meeting coming up, as well as the meeting schedule for the Energy Commission and the new business. So the warrants, we have warrant 5, 5P, CC1, and 2R. One is general funds, one's payroll, Conservation Commission. I don't know what the R stands for.
Ratify.
Ratify? I knew that because I signed one. So if we have a motion on that.
I'll make a motion that we accept warrant 5, 5P, 2R, and CC1.
I'll second it.
Everybody's on it. So the Conservation Commission one is just $50. We end up paying a printer instead of paying David Greenwald, so we just swap that out. 2R is for $15.15. It's just a correction to, I think, taxes or payroll taxes for one employee. 5P is payroll, $11,711, just about what it always is. And 5 is for $51,284. The big number in there is a payment to Belco Excavating out of ARPA funds for $35,000, which I believe are
Is that the Park Lawton?
Park Lawton, yes. I believe we owe them 20% at the bridge and footing completion. And the pictures are in the town report, so that looked like footings to me.
Yeah.
So I called it good. Of course, Lee's here. Any other discussion on those? All right, all those in favor of approving warrant 5, 5P, CC1, and 2R, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that's unanimous. ARPA funding, anything new aside from the payment? No. Visitors and public comment, we've got some folks here. Are any of you here for something that's not on the agenda? No? Okay, well, welcome. Road foreman, bring it up.
All right.
I'm ready.
It's not a lot going on. Well, there's a lot going on. All right, so the Park Lawton Road contract.
Oh, yeah.
So these pictures, I don't know if you saw them, but they're just
I
like a
did.
before and after type of thing.
I like them.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to see the pictures before and after? No? No interest. All right.
I don't go that way.
Okay. So the next, is that all set then?
Yep.
All right. The next thing is the covered bridge. That is complete.
I drove across it. It was lovely.
Here's a few pictures of that too, if you want to look through them. And as you can see, there was 3,100 bolts that needed to be pulled up. So we pre-drilled most of the planks in the shop. So they had to be pre-drilled at 1.25 inches down to a certain depth, and then drilled through at 3/8. And then you had to drill the deck after they were down before you put it down. So it took the full 4 days. And if we didn't have anything pre-drilled, we wouldn't have got it done in the week.
Good.
Yeah, as you can see, all the plugs. It was quite a project. And next time, I'm not sure how the town's gonna want to do it. It was a lot of work, and then if you can find a construction company that will help you, that would be good.
Because it was just you all.
And Finish Line, and they had 6 guys.
Alright.
So there was 11 of us working.
Yeah, the day you started, I forgot that was going on and was on a run and
Oh, yeah.
decided, well, I could run through anyway. And
Yeah.
you didn't even see me.
Yeah.
You guys were pretty busy.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Did you run
we
across?
didn't.
I did.
We didn't. Right. I mean, it was.
They were just starting.
Yeah. It was definitely very hard.
Yeah.
And hard on your bodies because it's all crawling around on the floor, and when you're not used to that, it's different.
Well, can I ask, are you thinking to do it a different way next time?
I'm just not sure, depending on if you can find a contractor to help the town and the town do it, depending on, if you have a real aging crew, you might want to consider not having the highway department do it.
Sure.
Would there be any benefit to having Renault Brothers do it in case they see, they can kind of inspect what they've done in building it?
No, it was pretty straightforward
Okay.
once you got to it. The problem would have been if we found rot.
Yeah.
But we didn't find any rot. And you can kind of see there, it all looked good. Of course, it's only been down for like 14 years, give or take a year. So in another 14 years, it's going to require. I did check with the state on. They did some epoxy on that bridge up in on Route 30 up near Stratton. I don't know if you saw that Bailey Bridge up there, that temporary.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they did epoxy on that, and it was holding up pretty good. But you would definitely have to mix sand with it to make it so it wasn't slippery. But if you could extend that, 3 years, I think it'd be worth it.
So you think the life expectancy of this is only 14 years?
Yep, it's the same as what
Same
was
as
there.
before. Yeah.
We did go down. They were pre-drilled. They're 3 inches thick total, so they were pre-drilled 1.5 inches before. So we went 1 3/4 inches. Just because we've had to go in there in the past and pull them up, re-drill them, sink them further down because the heads were showing to try to get a longer life out of it. But yeah, so it was a good project. I'm glad we did it the way we did it. We had all the boards up there in the garage, and we figured them up how many days we had, and it was 18 boards. We had to pre-drill each day. So before you went out and did any other work, and a couple people would, we just kind of pecked away at it, and so it worked out good. But okay, so the screening plant, that's what's down that makes our sand. It is actually leaking diesel fuel into the oil, motor oil. So we do have a company coming down in just say a week from now. I don't anticipate it being a real expensive job, but it'll probably be, it's half
Owned
Putney.
jointly with
Yes.
Putney? Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and that's just age, I believe. It's in 1990, and the town's bought it new then, but it's in pretty good shape since then. So we're trying to finish up the grant and aid for the 24 season, and we have to have things done and paperwork submitted by the end of the month. So we just finished up Falls Brook Road, or on the ditching part of it. And then we're going to move to the end of Camp Garden Road, the dead end, further out, and doing that. So that's the same thing. It's stone line ditches, a grass line, and then sheet runoff, and then graveling it. They pay for the gravel also. And then I just haven't been here for a couple times, so I figured if there's any questions about anything else. think other than that, it's going along.
Thanks for getting that light fixed on Route 30 near where West Street comes out.
Yeah,
That was a
somebody
few
else
months back.
called that, I think,
Okay.
called that in, so, yeah. I'd like to take credit. But I think somebody else did that. Okay.
All right, so you've got the tractor out there for
Yes.
sale.
Yes, so right now it's 21,000. It's been for sale for 2 weeks on Facebook.
Mhm.
I moved it down here. There's been a lot of people stop in. There's been offers as high as just saying that $15,000 range,
Mhm.
but figured it's worth waiting.
Hold tight for a
Yeah.
little while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then if somebody gives a fairly close offer, then I'll bring it to you and see what you want to do.
And just as a reminder, what was the trade-in value you had gotten?
10.
10.
Yeah.
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 What, how much you asking for?
21.
21?
Alright. So, we have to do the contract for the Park Lawn Road. So they seem to be on time. So it's due October 15th to be done?
Yeah.
Seem right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Total of $176,500. We've already made the second payment, which is 20% after the abutments are poured. So next will be the bridge deck whenever that finishes at some point. Should be the same amount of money. And then there's a 40% when the road reopens, and that final 10% is after guardrail installation. So I read through this, made some legal updates. I did not. I'm sure it's all been covered. Town attorneys looked at all of this.
Yeah, I think it came from the leagues, that contract, when
Right, okay.
we've been using it for, I don't know, 5 years maybe now.
All right.
Definitely, we would make changes if you think.
I was kidding.
All right, okay.
It's like when you're saying you're using 3/8 or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care then.
All right, okay.
I do.
Right.
So I move we approve the contract as submitted.
I'll second the motion. Any further discussion on it? Too late to read. All right, so all those in favor of approving the Park Lot Road construction contract, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so that's unanimous. I think it says by members of the select board, so I think we'll all sign that. Anything else?
Nope, that's good.
Were you trying to leave?
Yep.
All right. Well, we enjoyed your company.
All right, well, have a great night.
Thanks, Lee.
All right, correspondence for discussion. There's a number of items in there. Let's bring up the, we just added item is the rescue meeting on September 22nd at 4 p.m. in Newfane. Yep.
4 p.m. at Newfane.
Yep.
Everybody knows where that is.
Yeah, and the address is on there. I can attend. I'm free that day. So at a minimum, I can go. I don't know if anyone else wants to attend.
It'd be the benefit of all.
It'd be the benefit of all. Everybody's welcome to
The
come.
contract price is going to be talked about too.
I'm gonna have to do some research before that then. I have to look at the numbers.
Is that a Sunday?
It is a Sunday.
It's a Sunday afternoon.
4 p.m.
We did that for the reason of convenience, because other boards meet during the week and at night.
Yeah.
So we thought would be more, other boards would also have an opportunity.
Right.
Oh, it says right there.
So, are you gonna go, Alex?
I don't know, so it's not at the
Is that,
New Brook Fire Department?
oh no,
Oh,
no, it's at the
at the
school.
rescue school.
School,
Got it.
which is the
Yeah, I know where
first,
that is, yeah.
well, it's the first building or the last building in Newfane. The last
used to be
building on
that
the Townsend side.
Riverview.
It's right
Restaurant.
beside the motel.
Yeah.
It's the house that used to be the motel or gift.
Well, it was a
Yes,
restaurant
house.
at one point.
Do you want person acts discussion earlier?
I
Do you want
will.
RSVP on numbers?
I will make contact with you all on an email. And prior to, so we know
Okay.
the numbers.
Great.
Well, there'll be at least one there. So
Relative to seating and also
Okay.
to eating.
I know
Great.
I can't
Yeah,
make
you
it
can.
that day.
Yep. Well, yeah. It's just, you can send just send an email to the whole select board when we get close, and then we'll all respond individually just to let you know.
You can,
Yeah.
however you like.
Anything else we need to know?
Rescue's made a lot of improvements over the last few years, or very latter years.
Well, I haven't seen any of the briefings, so it'll all be new to me. So I'll look forward to it.
It's a larger organization, a lot bigger than it was when it was started, of course.
Yeah, they've done a lot of. You guys set up the immunization vans and trucks during the pandemic. It was very helpful. You guys were great for that.
Yeah, I took advantage of that.
Yeah, I did it. All of my shots came from you all. So, anything else we need to know? We good?
No,
All right.
any questions you
Want a carpool?
you can carpool anytime you want.
No, in your car.
I don't have a car.
Okay. Maybe I need to pick you up. Is he lying?
I have a truck.
All right. Thank you. The BDCC CVED's newsletter, it's in there. We also got an email from whoever goes to, about the towns, and she's going to come our next full meeting on the 18th. We'll give her 10 minutes to give the brief on what they do, which is helpful for the budget because it's a budget line item. So if you don't know what they do, that'll be a chance to talk about it.
If you have other questions, I wanted to say, you let me know and I will gladly come to the next meeting following this if you would
Okay,
further info.
we'll let you.
Or I could even maybe arrange to have another man with me.
All right, we'll let you know if anything comes up. I don't know that we'll have any, but we'll see. Is there anything else on correspondence that anyone wants to bring up? Well, Prospect Hill Clearing Project, I think there's going to be a meeting of the Prospect Hill Board of Trustees, which includes all 5 of us, at some point here in the future as they figure out. They've got some bids coming in to do the work. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a good day.
You
You too.
I know at least one bid is rolled in for
Yeah, I saw one bid.
$5,500. So they're trying to figure out the best way to go about it. Everybody seems to think they can get equipment up there, so there's not really any other way to do it. So that'll probably come up soon. The rowing club, they brought that up at the Wyndham Regional meeting yesterday afternoon, just to see where they're at. As far as I know, they're just answering 3 or 4 items that the Act 250 people have asked them about to remedy before they get the permit. Maps, A&R, no, I don't think there's anything else on there that I'm aware of. It's been updated. Correspondence for discussion and action, covered bridge step maintenance agreement. I'd like to say I pass that along, your concerns to Christine.
Yeah.
About the roundup, so they're gonna address that. They may come to a meeting.
Okay.
And if it's the next meeting, I'll remind her again. And we can talk about that before we sign it.
Okay.
BCTV feedback, I think I got the survey to fill out from Johnny. Yeah, I'll take care of that for y'all.
Definitely know what you're talking about.
You do?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't know.
I think y'all just sent out a survey. How's it going with the new open meeting laws and the recording and all that?
Okay.
And so I need to update him, give you guys information. New business, Sandbrook Erosion. Again, the RFP is due this month, so we'll get an update when that happens. Views articles due. I swear the Views comes out every 3 months. And
The RFPs, are we gonna put that on a future agenda to open and approve and all of that?
yeah, I
stuff?
think I'll check with Lori. I think they're due at our next meeting,
Okay,
and so we'll add that to the agenda to open any
okay,
bids that come in. I'm not hopeful.
yeah,
As I said before, the state's gonna have to figure out what to do with this property that needs to be repaired, and the money's available, but we can't find anybody to do the engineering. So I don't know. At some point, they'll just turn it over to the town and say, you guys oversee this, and you have someone go fix it. Views articles due on the 17th. I already actually started one after being late last time. So I'm going to do more of an update. I'll talk about the discontinuance of the road, the budget meetings, so people know if they want to come. It'll be a little more of what's going on, what's not going on. We had a request for somebody to join the DRB, and her name's in the folder. She's been on it before.
Patty Wallier.
Yeah. I sent an email to her today asking if she's gone to the DRB. And ask them, because I would imagine we'll get a recommendation from them. And then we'll talk to
Oh,
her.
we don't necessarily have
Don't
to.
have to? Okay.
No, no.
Well, then let's put her on for the next meeting,
Okay.
15 minutes before.
Yep.
Do you know her?
Yep.
Do you want to contact her
Sure.
and set her up?
Yep.
So we'll have her come at 5:45
On the 18th?
on the 18th.
Yeah.
Update town drug and alcohol policy. We're actually moving that to a week from tonight. We're going to do that at the budget work session. Lori couldn't be here tonight, and I have not fully reviewed it. And
I'll be missing that meeting,
Okay.
as I mentioned.
we're going to end things in a tie. So one, we give this to you to sign, and two, I'm going to let you do your as we go to the
Oh,
alcohol.
yep, I will make a motion that we recess the meeting and convene as the Liquor Control Board.
I'll second that.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So this is for Scott. It's actually Next Stage Arts at Scott Farm. It's a music event, about 100 people. September 7th, which is what, this weekend? From 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it's request to cater, and I'm sure it includes alcohol, which is why it's here. Those are the deets.
Is that the only one?
It's the only one.
I move that we approve the request as submitted.
I'll second it.
All right, all those in favor of approving the application for Next Stage Arts at Scott Farm on September 7th from 4 to 10 p.m. say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, it's unanimous. Thank you.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn as the Liquor Control Board and reconvene the meeting.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, Energy Commission, what do you want to bring up?
We've had trouble keeping people on the committee and or commission and getting others to join. The committee, it's not a commission. Nick Boyko joined. We met with him, but then he had some health problems and stepped off the committee. Eric Linebeck has expressed his intention to resign, but I don't think he's formally done that yet, nor has Nick with the select board. But we've had trouble keeping it populated, and there's not a lot that we've been doing. So we were talking about the idea of making the committee sort of an ad hoc committee, that if an energy issue comes up that the select board wants addressed, we would meet about it, but not meet regularly. So I don't know if we need to warn that for a full discussion or act on it. Do you have anything to add, Tom?
Or if we have our own project that we want to bring up, not just if the select board asks for something, if we say, hey, let's look into this issue, more of a project or an issue-based committee than just a regular every first Monday or something, I think, that other month.
Yep.
Well, I don't know, Maria, corporate knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the rules are for commissions or committees.
We talked about reaching out to VLCT, seeing what they think about a committee being an ad hoc committee.
We've had them in town before. We had a ad hoc traffic committee
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
for a while.
And obviously the Mountain Board of Trustees has been, there's 4
Prospect
years between
Hill.
meetings, Prospect Hill
Right. Yeah.
Board of Trustees. So I think I mean, I'm fine with it. I think we just need to check with
You could check
the
with
rules.
Lori.
Lori would probably know.
okay.
See
Lori.
what she says.
Yeah.
Doug Morton said he would stay on the committee if it becomes an ad hoc committee, but he's not wanting to meet every
Mhm.
month.
Do you want to
And
touch base
kind
with
of in the
Lori and
same
see what she
position.
says?
Sure.
I can check if you want.
Okay, great. And then next meeting, if it's okay to do it, we'll just officially say it's okay to do it. Is that fine?
Right, yeah,
So we'll carry that forward to the next agenda.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Unfinished business hasn't changed. Vermont 250th town resolution reminder.
yeah, and I don't even know if you still want that on there, or?
We can take it off.
Okay,
Yeah, we can take that off.
Well, weren't we gonna bring that up at town meeting? Or were we gonna have that for town meeting?
I think we should have it for town meeting.
I think so too,
Yeah.
yeah,
And we'll just take it off this agenda. And,
right, then we don't have to worry about it till town meeting.
Any other business, new, unfinished, old? Hot Scoobies anyone wants to talk about? So we're starting, for all those listening, we're starting the budget work session next week. So there'll be every other Wednesday in between.
And will
Select
those
board
be on
meetings.
Zoom as well?
Well,
I don't think so.
that's interesting. I don't think they need to be, but I'll check
Okay,
to make sure.
I would like it to be, because I won't be back in time.
Right, okay, if you want it to be, then we can. Obviously, any meeting that somebody asks to be on, we'll
Right.
do.
Yep.
But if they don't ask for the budget meetings, we won't.
okay,
Because the thing is they're, so, yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Because right now, they're not planning to be here.
right,
I can bring it up here. I'll just bring it up here. We don't need y'all. So, you guys are on your regular schedule. Yeah, I'll bring it up on the
and so
computer.
we haven't, usually, we haven't had BCTV at our budget work sessions. If we meet after a regular meeting, they stay,
But they stay.
but otherwise, we don't make them come in for
Right.
especially like next week's budget work session. We're probably not gonna get a lot done, it's probably gonna be more organizational.
Yeah, the plan will be, and we'll try to keep it to an hour.
Mhm.
But when I did the first one last year, I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. And so we'll kind of look at everything, get an idea of like what is the goal, and kind of get everything in place. Because then it takes everybody a little bit of time to think about what you want to bring up as far as different items and money and things like
Yeah,
that.
so I'm wondering, Todd, if you, Tom, or Paul have done any of the VLCT trainings. I know when I joined the select board, it was suggested that I do one of their trainings. I think it was on conflict of interest and something else.
Yep.
But I found it very useful. You know, it was on site, and I would recommend that. And the town will pay for it if any of you want to register for something like that.
So I've kept an eye on their schedule. They don't do a lot of on-site stuff right now. I know they do I think once a year for new select board members, and it's either full or booked up pretty quick. And I just during the day don't have time, but I want to do some. So I keep an eye on their schedule. And I think they just sent something out on the budget process.
Yeah, that's what I thought, so.
And so I'll retake a look at that and send that back out to everybody. So anybody that can attend.
That would be a
We'll
good
do it.
one
Yeah.
as we enter budgeting.
Yes.
You said they usually don't have on-site one, do they have a virtual one?
Yeah, they do virtual. So
Okay.
they'll do it on Zoom or Teams or whatever they happen to use.
That's a lot easier.
I know
Because it
when
was
I,
up in pretty far north, right?
Yeah, the big select board one was always up in Montpelier, the
Okay.
once a year in attendance.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can, let me know, because
Yeah.
I'd be interested. I can,
I'll resend that. I've got it in my email.
Yeah, if you can,
Go ahead,
that'd be
Paul.
interesting also.
Okay.
I mean, the only down call is a lot of them are during the middle of the day.
Yeah, so it just depends
So
on
if
your
you're working,
schedule.
you can't
I'm
necessarily.
pretty flexible at work, so it's
Yeah,
possible.
okay.
And our regular meeting will be 2 weeks from today, same place, same bat channel. That's an end stuff in the Zoom meeting. All right.
And do we have a set period of how many weeks we're gonna do it, or is it just how long it takes?
So it's sort of how long it takes. So last year, my first run through, the first meetings were a little bit longer, and then they sort of tailed off. Like if we have a meeting like tonight that's going to be 30 minutes, we might do 30 minutes of budget afterwards and then not meet the next Wednesday. So
Okay.
we'll adjust as we go.
Okay.
By the time we met like 6 times, we were pretty close to where we were going to be at. Which the problem is there's a little bit of a timeline on budgets from other committees and commissions showing up if we want to talk to people. So you will have to bring the fire department in.
and Maria's done that heavy lifting, you know, since I've been involved, where she'll put together spreadsheets and then she'll pass those
So
out.
next
we'll
week's
review
meeting,
them.
I'll I'll bring spreadsheets.
Okay.
There'll be a lot of blanks, but they'll,
Some of them we can fill out.
Yeah.
We have a pretty good idea, so.
and a lot of it is we're just waiting on numbers
Right.
from
Yeah.
everybody.
But I mean, as a starting point,
Mhm.
you know how difficult it was last year. We have a $115,000 payment on the fire truck that starts this year. So that's 10% of what we had on the budget last year. So just thinking in your mind, taxes are going up 10% unless we start adjusting elsewhere. So, that's the hard part is, where do you take money from? Do you leave the money there? But we'll go through all that. And a lot of usually the library shows up, the fire department shows up with their budgets, so we can ask them questions, and they can answer, and off we go.
Since I'm not going to be there next week, I thought it might be useful if we did a comparison with other towns. I was just up in Winhall at the Bonneville Fair and had a long chat with the policeman there.
Is that what you call it? No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't get in trouble. I just, but they've got a police force of 8 people for the town of Winhall. 2 of them are dedicated to stuff up at Mount Stratton and get paid by the Stratton Corporation for that. But I think it would be really informative to Dummerston residents to get a sense of what the per resident spending is in a bunch of area towns.
Right.
It would take a little legwork, but that could be a good article for Views of Dummerston or information that would be presented during that budgeting process.
Right. Because obviously we know how much we're paying for policing with the Vermont State Police and the sheriff. So maybe we should get a police department.
We don't pay the state police.
Oh, we don't pay state police. That's right. Yeah,
I'm not
all of those things
advocating
come-
for anything like that.
But this came up last year with the raises, right?
Right.
How much does everybody earn? How much is the road crew earning in various
Right.
towns? What kind of insurance do they have? So that one's definitely a lot of legwork to try to figure out what the benefits are.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at their insurance, like, well, I don't know, this could go a million different ways. So, but that's definitely something that as we start, and I know Paul Normando tends to show up, and he has questions, and that just leads to more research.
Yeah.
On can you save $1,000 here? Can you save $5,000 here? So that'll all be part of it. I found it pretty interesting, and I took Maria's spreadsheet, did a bunch of weird stuff with it.
We could probably pretty easily get last year's figures from the state that's getting the proposed changes for 2025 that we couldn't get access to. Because if we're talking about what changes there's going to be, we could really only compare it to what towns did last year. Unless we have access, which would be kind of difficult.
That's right. I mean, I found
Process.
as far as benefits for the road crews, I just contacted the town office and they said it's all public record. The state does publish a book every year that says what each town is doing as far as road crew and insurance and various other things. Its accuracy is questionable. It's half the time it's right, half the time it's wrong, and not every town submits. But there's a lot of stuff out there, and again, Maria always has like the previous 3 years of our budget, so we kind of see what's been happening with each one of the line items and the committees and things like that.
Maria, would you be able to send me a copy of the spreadsheet?
Yeah, I can email it to you. Yep.
That'd be great, thanks.
Paul, they have planes that'll fly across America. I know you live on an island, but all right.
Not with my grandson's van full of furniture and clothes and everything else.
Well, there you go. All right. I would certainly entertain a motion to,
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
A second.
and so it is.